What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some news for the One Piece trading card game. We have a bunch of alternate arts that were not shown off before. There were a few missing. Now we've got them all, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got them all. I'm not really interested in well, I assume we've got them all. I've still not seen the secret rares. And the secret rares usually get alternate arts. So I don't want to say we've got them all, but we do have a bunch of extra secret rares, alternate arts, call them what you will. Well, technically not secret rares, I suppose. And yeah, we're going to have a chat about them today. I'm still desperately hoping this isn't all of them, because frankly, the secret rare Vivi is a card I like very much indeed. I like that it gives all of your red characters of a cost of 3 or more rush. It makes me happy. It's my kind of card. And frankly, I would very much like to get a secret rare version of it because that seems pretty cool. As it is at the moment, the secret rares don't have alternate arts that have been revealed. I've not seen any being shown off. But I live in hope, ladies and gentlemen, just because I want the Vivi. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to make a super proper aggro deck, and it's going to be fun. What has then gone and been shown off? Well, we didn't see any yellow cards the other day, so let's start there, and let's start with Sanji. Sanji is a very cool character. The more manga I read of One Piece, the more I'm just kind of enjoying Sanji. Now, this is, of course, the super rare Sanji, and what we've got here is 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and we've got a blocker. But very important to note that it is a 4 cost yellow card with a trigger. And they actually very recently, the official channels, went and revealed the English version of the Arlong leader from Op-04, and that's very relevant, because of course, that lets you play a 4 cost yellow character, or 4 cost or lower, yellow character with a trigger for free. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That's a pretty big deal. So, I'm not saying you have to play Arlong and you have to play this with Arlong, but what I absolutely am saying is that if you so wished, this would work rather nicely. And it's just so nice to have English scans of these cards now. It's been so long using Japanese scans. It's lovely. We don't have many English scans from Op-04, let's be clear. But we at least have a couple now, and one of them is Arlong, and that's lovely. And of course, as previously mentioned, we do have a trigger here, whereby you trash a card from your hand, and if you do so, you can play this for free. I like this, honestly. I really like this card. I love the idea of having a trigger, so I can play it for free. I love the idea of also being able to play it for free with Arlong. I just think it's pretty cool, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. I like this card, and the alternate art is pretty nice. Now, we've also got ourselves Yamato here. Yamato is one of the big, impressive cards that we are seeing in the new set. And we've got a Yamato coming here, and that's rather lovely. It's a 9 cost, it better be worth it. So we've got 9 cost, 9,000 power, and on play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost that is equal to or less than the total life of you and your opponent. So early in the game, when everyone's got their life, hey, you can get a 10 cost, but obviously, early in the game, you're probably not playing a 9 cost character, and your opponent probably isn't playing a 10 cost either. And then if you've got 1 or less life, you may add a card from the top of your deck to your life area, which is, of course, very cool, because you get to, well, recover a life. That's a good thing. Generally, recovering life is a very good thing. So we like this. This is good. Everybody's happy. Go team. It's a very cool card. Being able to KO a character when you play is a pretty good thing. And then, of course, you've also got the fact that you can potentially recover a life as well, and recovering life is good. And I like this, ladies and gentlemen. I like this. Not such a fan of the artwork as I am with the Sanji. I really like the Sanji alternate art. But I still think this is pretty gosh darn cool. And, you know, we never know which alternate arts we're going to get from our boxes. We can go and pick up the ones we want. but sometimes it's nicer to celebrate the ones that come out of our boxes. Now, Capone Bege is an interesting one here, because of course, it's a rare. Sorry, we'll get to cost in a minute. It's a rare card. And we see alternate art rares sometimes, but the two we've seen so far have been super rares, so it's always kind of cool to see the rares as alternate arts. Free cost, 3,000 power, counter plus 2,000, and we all know by now counter plus 2,000 is a pretty big deal. And now this is weird, it's got a trigger, but it is not a trigger that you can play for free like the vast majority of triggers. It is a trigger that says up to one of your opponent's leader or characters cannot attack during this turn. Generally speaking, and we've seen this for a long time now, generally speaking, triggers are ways to play the character for free. Sometimes if you've got low life, sometimes if just normally, sometimes if you trash a card from your hand, etc. Having a trigger that stops your opponent attacking for a turn is a weird trigger, and not one we're used to seeing, but it's kind of interesting and kind of cool, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of like it. It is not the kind of trigger we generally expect, but it's quite nice nonetheless. Now, we do have a couple of red characters that are getting alternate arts here, including Pell. And look, Pell is one of the main characters, a real signature character in the Alabaster Saga, and it got a super rare, so we could maybe have expected this. And this is a 5-cost, 6,000 power, Don X1. When attacking, you'll choose one of your opponents or up to one of your opponents' 4,000 power or less characters and KO them. So yeah, you're KOing a weak character when you play it. I wasn't a huge fan of Pell, I'll be honest with you, just kind of seemed to turn up occasionally, not do very much. But Pell was clearly kind of a big character in Alabaster, so yeah, comes along, gets an alternate art. And this is one we probably could have expected. It was one of the first cards to actually be shown off from Op-04. You combine that with the fact that it's, a big character from the Alabaster arc, super rare, all of that. And here we go. Still not convinced I'm going to be putting this into my super aggro Vivi deck. But having said that, KOing a character for free when you play it, maybe I will put this into my super aggro Vivi deck. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I need to spend more time putting that deck together. The other red card that has gone and been revealed here is actually not a red card at all. I totally lied to you. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This whole colour blindness thing coming in and the images we've got. It's clearly not a red card now I look at it better. It is a black card. We are talking here about Cyrus. Sorry about that. Now, this is from the Dressrosa arc, which I'm not so familiar with, for which I can only apologise. Seems like a fairly important character. But we got a free cost 5,000 power character. If this character would be KO'd, you can put your leader or the stage card Corrida Coliseum to rest instead. And Corrida Coliseum, incidentally, is a card I absolutely adore. This is the one that lets you attack characters with characters that you played that turn. Now, to be clear, it is not Rush, because you're only allowed to attack characters. You're not allowed to attack the leader. And it's only if your leader has the Dressrosa trait. But still, this one could be cool. I imagine you're going to be playing that stage anyway. And yeah, the fact that if you get KO'd, you can just rest your leader or Corrida Coliseum, it's just awesome. And bearing in mind, the whole point of this, your leader here is really supposed to be Rebecca. And please bear in mind that Rebecca is a leader that's dual color but has 5 life, which means she can't attack. So resting your leader when it's a leader that can't attack anyway is not such a big deal as it is in so many other situations. Please do bear that in mind. Oh yeah, and when you play, if your leader is Rebecca, KO an opponent's character for cost of 1 or less, and then place the top card of your deck in the trash. But do please bear in mind that black decks a lot of the time are looking to lower cost, so when we say 1 cost or lower, that is in the context of there are a bunch of black cards that can lower the cost. And when we talk about trashing the top card of your deck, remember there's that really good Luffy, the super rare Luffy in this set, that allows you to basically restand it and use it a second time during your turn if you put 7 cards back to the bottom of your deck from your trash. So self-milling is absolutely viable and worthy in this particular deck. So yeah, if you are playing a Rebecca deck, Cyrus seems like one you probably should be considering. Again, it's a rare, not a super rare, but it seems like the kind of card that's going to see play, so having that, having it as an alternate art seems to make sense. And then we finish off with a blue card. We've got ourselves Who's Who. It's another rare, not a super rare, but it's 1 cost, 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000. It's one of those searching cards. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a Beast Pirates card other than Who's Who, pop it in your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. We have seen a bunch of these kind of cards over the short lifespan of this game so far. They've generally seen play because they're good. This one should as well, and now we've got a lovely alternate art. It basically does the same thing as Nami did back in Romance Dawn. And oh look, Nami was a rare in Romance Dawn that did this but for Straw Hat Crew, and Nami got an alternate art as well. So yay, the circle of life. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We might see more super rare or some more alternate arts. Now, I've seen a bunch of people claiming to be posting all the alternate arts, and that doesn't include the secret rares. So maybe there are secret rare alternate arts, maybe there aren't. I hope there is. I want a Vivi. But either way, if they are coming later, I will of course show you. That's what I do. For now, I want to know what you think about all of these cards. I want to know which are your favourites. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and card games and all kinds of other fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.